welcome back to my channel. I just want to welcome you to this one today. I just want to invite you to come along and cook, clean, and plan with me. I need to plan for this coming week. This weekend was so packed full and got away from me, and I feel a little bit behind in my planning. So it is time for a new grocery shop, and I just want to invite you along for what the rest of our day looks like. So let's get started. This is one of those what is left in the refrigerator kind of meals, but it's actually something that we had made in the past. I think my husband it was his idea, the hot dogs and eggs or wings and eggs, and it is delicious in a pinch.
Look around here, wasted on a ship of fools. Take my hand. Just remember, you don't have to surrender to the ocean and the sea. There's forever.
I'm just going to give you some really quick speed cleaning motivation and wash these dishes. There are always dishes to wash and counters to wipe.
We do belong here. Look to the sky. Here's to the sooner or later. The ocean and the sea. Forever and a day for you and me.
We have a lot of really random veggies going on in our fridge, and part of the reason is because we have been picking up the school lunches for the kids this summer. Our schools are doing a summer lunch program, and we can drive by and pick up our lunches in the middle of the day, and it's so helpful. They come with a lot of fresh veggies in our school district. We get lots of carrots, celery, cucumbers. I think those are the main ones in these little packs, and I am just sorting them into a bin so they can get eaten and don't get lost at the bottom of the veggie drawer. The other veggies, if they are on their way out, I am gonna save them for my chickens, and then I'm just kind of reorganizing everything so they can see what is here and everybody can enjoy the food and it doesn't get lost in the back of the refrigerator.
The ocean and the sea, forever and a day for you and me. Forever and a day for you and me. Forever and a day for you and me. Narrow streets and dusty roads I've lingered on for
I feel like our fridge looks a little bit crazy from this angle. So we have lots of fruits and veggies, and then we have these little school lunch milks. So the kids don't make it through all of them sometimes, but they will drink a few more. They'll eat some with their cereal, and so we just stash them up there, and they take them as they please.
Give me back my liberty, I'll take my first step.
So we had a quick lunch. It was really easy, and our fridge is a little bit bare because it's time to go grocery shopping. So it felt really good to get all those things done after lunch. I took a few minutes to kind of dig through some of my curriculum stuff. I really need to get started on planning for the new school year. And I say that because I tend to procrastinate a little bit. I get overwhelmed with the planning process, and so I am just taking the bull by the horns this year, and I'm planning because this is our first week of summer break. I'm planning now. So I already know what curriculum we're going with for the school year. We use My Father's World, and we are at the beginning of the cycle with Creation to the Greeks. So I'm really excited about that year and all of it entails. So I want to plan really well so we can have a really awesome school year. And I have a broad range of ages this year. So right now I'm in the planning phase for my elementary kids, and then I'm going to focus on the junior high boys, which is kind of an adapted, it's going to be the same themes that they're studying, but at the junior high level. And then my daughter who's in high school is going to be also studying the same themes, but at a high school level. So making the plan for that is going to take me a couple weeks, I think, but I'm not going to, sit down and spend a whole day on it. I'm spending like an hour or two per day and not every single day. It's a big task for me, so I'm pacing it out so I'm not overwhelmed and I can get it done really well. I think some people really enjoy the planning process. I would rather somebody give me a plan and then I'm like, okay, I can execute the plan. But you know, planning is part of it, so I am putting in the time with that in a way that I know works for me. So that's good. Anyway, cleaning up the kitchen always makes me feel like I have my life together again. So it was nice just to get everything put away. And my kids tackled the living room. It was fine, but we had just washed the blankets that we put over our couch. We used some white micro fleece kind of blankets on the cushion part of our couch so that those aren't all, you know, just dirty or crummy from just normal everyday use. So they got that all put back together, and now I'm gonna spend just a little bit of time going through some of the curriculum boxes from last year. I'm gonna be pulling out stuff that I know needs to be either thrown away or filed. So we have a curriculum box and then we have their files that just keeping a little bit of work from each year. I try not to go overboard on keeping stuff, but it is easy to keep, you know, just memories of all their accomplishments, and especially the really cute stuff from when they're younger and doing crafts and whatnot. So I'm gonna spend a little bit of time on that. And I'm also putting on a pot of beans on the stove. I use my pressure cooker for that. It almost makes me think I want to upgrade to a Insta-pot, which I don't have yet, but I have used a pressure cooker for years and years, and so I kind of still just do separate, either the slow cooker or the pressure cooker, and that works for me for this season. So let's put some beans on, and then we'll spend a little bit of time with the school area and working towards getting all that area cleaned out.
So I want to take just a minute to explain how I cook my beans, and this is the process that works really well for me. I cook mostly pinto beans or black beans, but it works for other types of beans also. This is a quick soak method, so maybe you're familiar with it. What I'm doing right now is sorting the beans, so I'm going through them to look for any that look bad, or there are sometimes rocks in beans, and so I want to make sure that there are no rocks left to go into our cooking. And then I'm just going to put it on the stove, not seasoned or anything, and I'm going to bring it up to a boil. Now after it gets up to a boil, I will come back and explain the rest to you. Stories about travel costs, a longing to be born inside of me. I am just going to get started by tackling this pile that I have on the table. I went to a little curriculum sale, and there was lots of free stuff, and several of these books are from a friend who was giving away duplicates she had, and so they were some freebies passed on to our family, and most of the things I took from her will be using this year with the curriculum we have coming up, and that is going to be early history. Our cycle is called Creation to the Greeks, and it's with My Father's World, if you're familiar with that curriculum. We've used it for several years. I really like it, and so that's kind of what we base everything off of, and we just follow their cycles. So 5 years ago, I taught the same theme and used the same books and everything with my older students. And so now that they are moving into junior high and high school, they're doing the same theme this year, but at their level. And then my younger children are going to be doing the My Father's World for the elementary ages, the same thing that my kids did 5 years ago. So that's one way that we keep our curriculum and reuse it, and I really enjoy that. So I'm just going through these boxes right now and pulling out things that were from this past year that are relevant to what the kids did last year. Some of them are books that need to be filed away in our tote for the coming year or the coming years. We have like just one large tote that we keep a lot of our extra curriculum that we sort through and kind of cycle through, switch stuff out from year to year. And I'm just going to work my way down here, taking things out that are either used and completed and need to be disposed of, or just filing things away that can be used in future years. You saw I had some good workbooks. Some of those we're going to be working on this summer just for extra fun activities. And I'm just going to work my way down and go through all of this. It feels like such a big job, and I get intimidated by these kind of jobs. It is so easy for me just to want to quit, just leave it for another day, but I am going to press on and persevere today and get through these boxes. So thanks for hanging in here with me. If you're still here, do you homeschool? Do you public school? What is your way that you guys do school for your family? And if you have children, do you end up with stacks and stacks of these workbooks and coloring books and all kinds of books and just notebooks? And how do you keep them? How do you keep them organized? This is the best way I've found. I do this file folder kind of system in these bins so that they can, you know, finger through them and see what's in there, pull out what they want. So if you have a tip for how to keep coloring books and stacks of workbooks and notebooks organized, leave me some tips down in the comments. I would love to hear those.
Now I'm dying to let you know what I feel is some kind of wonderful, some kind of magical woman. My love's for real. I need to show you right now. Take a look at me now. I can't explain for the life of me what you did to me when I met you last summer. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me and we're walking.
While I'm going through these drawers, I am finding some treasures. These are some envelope labels, and so I set those aside. I did find a few other things like that that had just gotten tucked away and misplaced, and so it was really, really nice and useful to go through all these drawers. Found things like vintage coloring books and all kinds of fun stuff, and put everything back where it belongs so we can know what we have and we can make use of it.
Yeah, we're walking on cloud nine. I've been a fool to live without your love. It's like I've been waiting around for you. Why did you take so long to come to me? Maybe you were waiting around for me too. So I feel you're some kind of wonderful, some kind of magical woman. My love's for real. I need to show.
Oh, this bin was just a mess. Had lots of crafts and little bits and things and odds and ends, and I don't know, it was just a mess. So as I'm pulling these out, I'm throwing trash away, but I'm also trying to set aside flashcards and little games and little crafts and activities, and there are just a lot of things. I guess it became a catch-all as the year went on, so we will definitely try not to have that happen again. I really don't like sorting through junk drawers, and that's basically what this one is.
Believed in me. Now you're here with me and we're walking on cloud nine. I can't explain for the life of me what you did to me when I met you last summer. You set me free, you believed in me. Now you're here with me and we're walking on cloud nine. Wide awake and expecting.
Alright, so the beans came up to a full boil, and that makes me so happy that I have a break from the school cabinets. So what I'm doing is I just completely drained those beans of the water that was in there, and so that kind of washes away a lot of the dirt, some of the starchiness. It just really makes the beans come out a lot lighter and nicer, and I really like that. So this is the point in the process where I season. I filled it up with fresh water, I use salt, pepper, and then you can use some kind of chili if you want. I love to use a New Mexico red chili or some New Mexico chili powder, or just some plain old paprika also is delicious.
If you were at sea, I just wanna say that I feel that.
I have gone through all of those bins. I'm so glad, and I've kind of separated a pile of what is really probably trash or recycle. A lot of these notebooks are completely full, and coloring books, same thing. They're just all full, and they're definitely done and have served their purpose in our household. So I'm passing those on, and then I am sorting out the books that are going to go back into our drawers. and there's also a good pile of books that's going to go out to our storage room in our homeschool bin. So I made a lot of progress, but at this point I'm exhausted and I'm just ready to call it quits. But like I said, I'm pushing through and I'm gonna finish this job so I don't end up with a mess.
I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better, 'cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. Oh, oh, I just wanna love you right. Oh, oh, love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better, 'cause a love like this is rare, and I wanna take you there.
Well, I am wrapping it up. This is what I'm going to leave you with today. I'm really happy with my progress, and I am going to go ahead and finish putting all these books away in their bins and then gathering up the craft supplies and the little pieces of games and all the things that we pulled out of these bins. We really made a lot of progress, and I did not want to leave myself with a mess. So I stuck with it till the end and made sure I got everything put away. I think my camera might have died and turned off before you get to see the very final of this all sorted out and all cleaned up and, you know, looking really good. But I did finish the job, and you can see in some of my videos that I have finished organizing and that everything is nice and tidy. It just makes me so happy to be at this point in the beginning of summer so that we can really spend time planning and organizing. And I did not get to the planning in this video that I said I would, but thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I really appreciate a like. Bye.
From this place of despair,